Dear students, welcome to the second part of neural networks. Today we are going to discuss about the characteristics of artificial neural networks. In this lecture, we are going to see the characteristics of neural networks. Neural networks are having three characteristics: an activation function, network topology or architecture, and a training algorithm. So in this video lecture, we are going to see the first characteristic, activation function. So let us have a look at the activation function characteristics of neural network. The activation function is a mechanism by which the artificial neuron processes incoming information and passes it throughout the network. So artificial neural network processes incoming information and passes this information to the network. In the biological case, the activation function could be imagined as a process that involves summing the total input signal and determining whether it meets the firing threshold. If so, the neuron passes on the signal, otherwise it does something. In artificial neural network terms, this is known as the threshold activation function, as it results in an output signal only once a specified input threshold has been attained. So in the case of activation function, this artificial neural network processes the incoming information and passes it to the network. In neuron, activation function means summing up the value of all the input signals, and when it meets a particular threshold, it moves out from the cell body through the axon as output signal. So in the case of artificial neural network, this thing is termed as threshold activation function, and it results in an output signal only once a specified input threshold has been attained. Threshold function. The following figure depicts a threshold function, and in this case the neuron fires when the sum of input signals is at least 0. So whenever the input signal, the sum of the input signal value is having a 0 value, then the neuron will fire an output signal, or a threshold function should be activated. Since this, you can see the graph here, its shape resembles as a stair, and sometimes this threshold function is termed as unit step activation function. So threshold function, neuron produces output when sum of the input signals is at least 0, and in this particular figure, the figure appears like the form of a step, so it is also termed as unit step activation function. In the figure you can clearly see that at the 0 value, the corresponding output will be generated at 1 value. So whenever the threshold reaches the 0, it will fires an output signal. The neuron will fires an output signal. There are different types of activation functions. Let us see the sigmoid activation function. Threshold activation function is rarely used in artificial neural networks. Artificial neural network activation functions can be chosen based on their ability to demonstrate desirable mathematical characteristics and accurately model relationships among data. And the most commonly used alternative is the sigmoid activation function, and it is also called logistic sigmoid, and it is illustrated in the following figure. Here you can see a zigzag curve like figure, and here the activation function is illustrated in the equation 1 by 1 plus a raised to minus x. So sigmoid activation function, that is in artificial neural network activation functions can be chosen based on their ability to demonstrate the mathematical characteristics and model the relationship among the data. And here you can see the curve. In the figure you can see the curve. It is like somewhat an S-shaped curve. And in this particular curve, you can see that the value is between, the curve ranges between 0 and 1. And this type of curve can be generated using the function f of x is equal to 1 by 1 plus e raised to minus x. It is similar as that of step or S shape with the threshold activation function. The output sequence is no longer binary. And in the previous diagram, I already mentioned that the output value will be range from 0 to 1. Additionally, the sigmoid is differentiable, which means that it is possible to calculate the derivative across the entire range of inputs. And this feature is crucial to create efficient and optimization algorithms. So sigmoid function is one of the popular activation function which is used in artificial neural network, and the equation is like this: f of x is equal to 1 by 1 plus e raised to minus x. The figure or the output will be produced in the format of an S-shaped curve, and the output value should range from 0 to 1. In addition to the sigmoid activation function, we are having some more activation functions like linear activation function, saturated linear activation function, hyperbolic tangent function, Gaussian function. So these are the diagrams which related to the different types of activation functions. In case of linear function, we get a straight line which is sloping upwards. And in case of saturated line, we get a somewhat Z-like structure. Then hyperbolic tangent, which is similar as that of S. And in case of Gaussian, it is like that of standard normal curve. We will discuss these things in detail. Linear activation function. It is another type of activation function that can be used with artificial neural network. So linear activation function in a neural network is very similar to a linear regression model. So we are very familiar with our linear regression model. We know that in linear regression model, we are using a straight line to fix the corresponding data. So we are following the straight line, slope intercept form of straight line to demonstrate the linear regression model. So here also in linear activation function, we are using a straight line. In case of this linear activation function, we are using a straight line to demonstrate the function. Then another activation function is ReLU. ReLU stands for rectified linear unit. RE stands for rectified and LU stands for linear unit. So ReLU means rectified linear unit. It takes a real valued input and thresholds it as 0. So it replaces negative values with 0. ReLU is another type of activation function, and the thing is that its function is like this: f of x is equal to maximum of 0 comma x. If a negative value occurs, it will be replaced with 0 value. For all other positive values, it treats the positive value as positive, that value itself. And in case of negative value, it puts it to a maximum of 0 value. Then another activation function is Gaussian activation function. In case of Gaussian function, it will be results in a model called radial basis function, RBF network. The idea is that it is somewhat following the standard normal functionality to determine its curve or determine its mathematical model. So each of this has strengths better suited for certain learning tasks and not others. So a Gaussian activation function is commonly results in a model called radial basis function, RBF network. Then another activation function is hyperbolic tangent, tan H activation function. It takes a real valued input and squashes it in the range of -1 to +1. So in case of hyperbolic tangent or tan H, the activation function is like this: tan H of x is equal to 2 sigma into 2x minus 1. So this is a mathematical equation for representing the hyperbolic tangent activation function. And if we are computing this particular equation, we get the value in the range of -1 to +1. So we are going to make a conclusion towards the activation function. For many of the activation functions, the range of input values that affect the output signal is relatively narrow. Because of this, essentially squeezes the input values into a smaller range of outputs. These activation functions, like the sigmoid, are sometimes called the squashing functions. So this activation function is also known as squeezing function or squashing function, because this function produces a little effect for input towards the generation of output. So these are termed as squashing functions. Hope you understood the basics of activation function. Thank you.